Many rural communities around the world depend on groundwater. This essential resource is often the only reliable source of water for these communities, especially in areas where surface water is scarce or seasonal. Groundwater is accessed through wells and pumps, providing a consistent supply of water throughout the year. It is a vital resource. Clean and safe groundwater is crucial for the health and well-being of these communities, ensuring they have access to water for all their daily needs. It provides water for drinking, cooking, and farming. Without it, many rural families would struggle to grow crops, raise livestock, and maintain their households. Groundwater is stored underground in aquifers. These natural reservoirs are replenished by rainwater seeping through the soil, creating a sustainable source of water. Aquifers are layers of rock and soil that hold water like a giant sponge. They filter and store water, making it available for use when needed. For generations, people in rural areas have relied on wells to access this hidden treasure. These wells are often passed down through families, becoming a crucial part of their heritage and survival. This water has sustained their families and livelihoods. It has enabled them to build communities, support agriculture, and create a stable environment for future generations. This precious resource is facing a growing threat. Industrial activities, agricultural runoff, and improper waste disposal are contaminating groundwater at an alarming rate. That threat is groundwater pollution. If left unchecked, this pollution could render the water unsafe for consumption, jeopardizing the health and future of rural communities worldwide. Groundwater pollution is a serious issue. It occurs when harmful substances contaminate the groundwater. These substances come from human activities. Polluted groundwater is unsafe for human use. It can also harm the environment. Groundwater pollution is a complex problem. It is often not visible. It can spread over large areas. Understanding the causes and effects of groundwater pollution is crucial. We need to protect this vital resource for future generations. Agriculture is a major source of groundwater pollution. The extensive use of chemical fertilizers and pesticides in farming practices has a significant impact on the environment. These substances are designed to enhance crop yield and protect plants from pests, but they often have unintended consequences. Fertilizers and pesticides used in farming can seep into the ground. When it rains, these chemicals are washed off the fields and into nearby water bodies, eventually making their way into the groundwater system. These chemicals then contaminate the groundwater. This contamination poses a serious risk to both human health and the environment, as groundwater is a crucial source of drinking water for many communities. Industrial activities also contribute to the problem. Factories and mining operations often release pollutants into the environment, which can seep into the soil and contaminate groundwater supplies. Factories and mines often produce hazardous waste. This waste, if not properly managed, can leach harmful chemicals into the ground, further exacerbating the issue of groundwater pollution. Improper disposal of this waste can pollute groundwater. The lack of stringent regulations and enforcement in some areas means that industrial waste is not always disposed of safely. Sewage and wastewater are other major sources of contamination. In many rural areas, sewage treatment facilities are outdated or insufficient, leading to the release of untreated or partially treated wastewater into the environment. Leaking septic systems and sewage treatment plants can release harmful substances into the ground. These substances include pathogens, nutrients, and chemicals that can degrade water quality. This contaminates the water we depend on. Ensuring clean and safe groundwater requires addressing these pollution sources through better practices, regulations, and technologies. Section 4. A ripple effect, consequences of groundwater pollution. The effects of groundwater pollution are far-reaching. Contaminated groundwater can have severe health consequences. Drinking contaminated water can lead to various diseases. These include gastrointestinal problems, cancer, and birth defects. Groundwater pollution also damages the environment. It can harm plants and animals that depend on groundwater. Pollution disrupts the delicate balance of ecosystems. This can lead to the loss of biodiversity. Section 5. Turning the tide solutions for a cleaner future. Addressing groundwater pollution requires a multifaceted approach. It involves not just the efforts of individuals but also the collective action of communities, industries, and governments. We need stricter regulations on industrial waste disposal. Industries must be held accountable for their environmental impact, ensuring that waste is treated and disposed of in a manner that does not harm